Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hi everyone. Today we would like to present a survey on contributing factor and consequence of insufficient sleep among adult workers in Malaysia. My name is Aida Natasha binti Ja'arif and our group consists of Muhammad Syahmi bin Miswan, Muhammad Zulkifli bin Muhammad Nazri, Aida Dahlia binti Hassan, Diana binti Manap, Nurin Syakira binti Khairul Kamal. And we proceed to introduction. I pass to Syahmi.
Thank you, Miss Aida. Today, I would like to present about Chapter 1, the introduction. So, regarding for the introduction, we will main point about the sleep and sleep efficiency. So, do you know what is a sleep? Next. So, regarding based on the Vijay Kumar Chatur 2019, sleep is a biological process that is essential for survival as the need for food and drink. The American Academy of Sleep Medicine recommend that school-age children should receive at least 10 hours of sleep daily, while adults should be 7 to 8 hours. The reality, however, that large proportion of the population are sleeping far less than these recommended minimums. According to the International Classification of Sleep Disorder, insufficient sleep is defined as a curtailed sleep pattern that has persisted at least 3 months for most days of week, along with complaint of sleepiness during the day. A resolution of sleepiness complaint is shown to follow as intention of total sleep time. Frequently occurring episodes of insufficient sleep are associated with the experience of unfavorable mental and physical well-being. This is based on research for Deepa Berman 2019. Next. So we designed two problem statements. The first one is growing trend in sleep sufficiency with an increasing number of affected population in the country. Based on the Malaysian Reserve 2022, the statistics show 35% of Malaysians have some sort of sleeping disorder. Over 53% of Malaysian workforce get less than the minimum 7 hours sleep in a 24-hour period, with at least 51% suffering from work-related stress. The second design is sleep insufficiency is often driven by voluntary choices that reduce available sleep time. This is based on Eric Sani 2022. The factor that will cause or contribute to sleep insufficiency is a poor sleep hygiene, lifestyle choice, work obligation, sleep disorder, and other medical condition. The sleep deprivation will affect first, work performance, productivity and quality. Second, working relationship. Third, more difficult concentrating, learning and communicating. Fourth, memory lab increase. Fifth, problem solving abilities decline. And the last one is employees can be moody and less tolerant of co-workers, differing opinion making. They are more prone to rational outbursts and relationship destroying behavior. The second one is the lack of quality sleep could impair our emotion and regulation, which then lead to mental health issue. This is approved by Professor Dr. Laura Paragini, which is a psychiatrist at the Sleep Disorder Clinic at the University of Pisa, Italy. In her research, she stand out about the insomnia is a risk factor of all psychiatric issues, especially depression, bipolar disorder, and anxiety. So our objective, we do the two objective. The first one is to investigate the factors and contributing lack of sleep among adult workers in Malaysia. We considered about the biological and environmental. The second one is to identify consequences of sleep insufficiency among adult workers in Malaysia. So we concentrate about three factors, which is physical, emotion, and social relation. Now I will pass to Miss Nurin for next presentation.
Okay, as for chapter 2, literature review, what is sleep insufficiency? So sleep insufficiency is very common in modern society and may result from a variety of factors, such as, including work demands, lifestyle, medical condition, as well as sleep disorder. So sleep has two dimensions. The first one is duration, which is quantity, and the second one is depth, which is quality. Okay, so next, factors that are contributing to sleep deprived is first, lifestyle, whereby some of adult workers in Malaysia are shift workers, so they might not get enough sleeps because of they have to work during the night shift. And then other than that, excessive drinking of alcohol and caffeine will also affect our body. Next is environmental factors, which is caused by too noisy environment, too bright or too hot environment. Then medical condition and sleep disorder, such as insomnia. Then physiosocial factors, and next is aging. Next slides. Okay, what are the consequences of sleep insufficiency? There are two consequences, which is first the short-term one and the second is long-term. First, short-term problems will cause lack of alertness, excessive daytime sleepiness, impact memories, relationship stress, also quality of life low lah. And then the long-term problems will cause high blood pressure, diabetes, heart attack, heart failure or stroke, obesity, depression, and reduced immune system function and lowered sex drive. The challenges and limitation. Current evidence research by Tanim indicates that weekday sleep debt cannot be overcome by compensatory measure such as sleep in weekdays. Other than that, lack of evidence of social demographic and modifiable risk factors associated with sleep deprivation in adults employed in Malaysia, it difficult to raise community knowledge. And lastly, policymakers need to encourage educational efforts to raise awareness of the importance of sleeps, especially contributors employers can make to ensure that work assignment do not interfere with sleep schedules. Next, I will pass to Ms. Liana for methodology.
Thank you, Ms. Nurin. Please allow me to begin my presentation on the methodology of the research. In order to come up with a conclusion for the research, certain methods and steps were taken by the researcher. The aim of this research is to find out the factors of insufficient sleep and its consequences among adult workers in Malaysia. A cross-sectional study with quantitative research was used as a approach. This allowed the researcher to use the numerical data as the basic to find the pattern among the population in order to conclude and analyze the gathered data. The researcher used a standardized questionnaire as the research instrument for the study. The adopted survey questionnaire was formulated by Chan et al. In their study in 2021 titled Prevalence of Insufficient Sleep and its Factors Among Adults in Malaysia. The questionnaire was in the form of Likert scale, close-ended question, and was transformed into Google form. In this case, it will be easier for the researcher to disseminate the questionnaire to the targeted respondent. The questionnaire consists of 3 parts, where section A is focused on the demographic, section B is on the sleep risk factors and the effect of insufficient sleep in section C. For the sampling, the researcher used a random sampling in adult workers in Malaysia as the sample because it have a variable capacity for the research. The researcher reached the respondent through a link via WhatsApp and Telegram to officially start the data collection, which lasted for a week starting May 18 up until May 24. A total of 104 adult workers responded to the survey and reached 100% response rate. Furthermore, Microsoft Excel was used to analyze and interpret the, the statistical data. I will pass to the next presenter, Ms. Aida Natasha, to discuss on their findings.
Hi, my name is Aida. This one for the result demographic data. Okay, we asked about the gender. Okay, 51% is female and 49% is male. Working sector, most of them is a government. Marital status, most of them also married. And the age majority on the 25 until 34 years old. For the working experience, we can see as majority on the less than 5 years. Section B, we ask regarding risk factor of sleep. Okay, the first question we ask regarding average of daily sleep. More of them is less than 7 hours of sleep. Okay, how you describe your sleep environment? Majority answer for cool, quiet and dark. Which of the following activity you usually do just before you go off sleep? Majority answer for the watch social media or TV. And second one is for play game on the screen. Next. Do you use your gadget frequently meanwhile you want to sleep? Most of them answer for the often. How many times you must work in the night duty per week? Majority answer for 0, which is no. How much do you think the following point contribute to your lack of sleep? Majority answer for work stress, and second one is waking up to go to the bathroom. For the section C, we ask regarding effect on insufficient sleep. Okay, for the first question is how satisfied are you in your life? Majority answer for the neutral. How often you feel depressed in your life? Majority answer for the sometime. What is your average mark for KPI last year? Majority quite good, which is 91 until 100%. Do you feel asleep during working hours? This one we got answer for 50-50%. Do you find it hard to stay awake while in the meeting, driving, or in the office? Majority answer for no, which is good. How often your poor sleep affect the following? Which is both of them answer for the mood, 58.7%. Okay, next I pass to chapter 5.
Okay, so I continue with chapter 5 discussion. According to the definition, sleep insufficiency exists when sleep is insufficient to support adequate alertness, performance and health, either because of reduced total sleep time, decreased quantity, or fragmentation of sleep by brief arousal, decreased quality. Sleep is an essential component of health, and its timing, duration, and quality are critical determinants of health. Sleep may play an important role in metabolic regulation, performance, memory consolidation, and so on. The objective of this study is to investigate the factors contributing lack of sleep among adult workers in Malaysia. Based on this study, we identified that one of the most contributing factors to sleep insufficient among adult workers are the frequency usage of gadgets, scrolling social media such as Instagram, TikTok, WhatsApp, as well as watching television before sleep. According to the data from the questionnaire that had been given out to some group of adult workers, 51 respondents respond that they often use gadget before sleep, hence why this factor is considered to be the main contribution to this issue. This study had also identified consequences of sleep insufficiency among adult workers in Malaysia. In conjunction to data that had been collected, it is strange that work stress are to be at the highest percentage as the consequences that lead to insufficiency of sleep among the respondents. This had been shown in Chapter 4, whereby 73.1% of the respondents reported that work stress was a part of the biggest contribution that led to lack of sleep based on their experience. The data that had been collected will contribute crystal clear understanding in determining the relationship between factors that contributing to sleep insufficiency among some adult workers in Malaysia and the consequences that it will lead to daily routine. So next, I will pass to the Mr. Zul to continue. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Aida, for the discussion. Okay, for the conclusion, what we can conclude based on this study is the insufficient sleep will lead to serious complication in physical and emotional health. Therefore, this research aim to identify contributing factor and consequences of insufficient sleep among adult workers in Malaysia. This study provides a new insight about the awareness of having sufficient sleep. In this survey, we found that practicing good sleep hygiene, such as setting predictable wake-up time, avoiding using electronic devices before normal bedtime, and engaging in appropriate physical activity will encourage a healthy lifestyle and physical and mental health. And based also on the quantitative analysis via this survey method, it can be concluded that having insufficient sleep will contribute to psychosocial and health problem because of inadequate rest. This study contribute to a clearer understanding of many factors that can contribute significantly to the insufficient sleep in adult worker, such as workplace psychosocial, sleep in a noise and light environment, electronic media use, and caffeine consumption. Those on the local and national level, medical professionals and policymakers need to raise awareness of educational, administrative, and health policy that promote healthy sleep and reduce the risk factor for sleep loss in adult worker. Okay, so now that we have come to the end of this presentation, so I would like to express my special thank you to Madam Huda and my team member. Without Madam Huda assistance on this project, would not have been possible to arrange. And lastly, thank you.
Hey,
Please
thank
your
you. That's all our presentation.